what is up, guys? I hope you're all doing well. I'm back here with my second deck list of the expansion, and this one got me to pro within like an hour. It was ridiculous. Most people either rage quitted very quickly for some reason. I guess this is already very meta and people are just very angry about it or fed up. Or people just rage quitted halfway through because they were definitely gonna lose. I can't wait to show you this deck. At first, Bourja, the Gwent developer, sent this list to me. I adjusted it a bit more to my liking. I took out Knickers. I felt Knickers was very sort of wasteful because it's not a dwarf, and anything that's not a dwarf takes up a lot of space. Another card I got rid of was the Vial of Forbidden Knowledge. Again, this card is cool, but it's not a dwarf. It takes up space in a row. It's not a unit, so it won't get boosted. I took that out as well. What we're left with is an optimized list that is so strong. I can't wait to play it in Pro tomorrow. So, how this list works is you just want a bunch of dwarves on the board, and you have a lot of ways to just maximize your boosts by using the entire remade version of dwarves. This archetype has essentially been revived by CDPR, and I think a lot of people are happy about that. So if you haven't played it yet, now's your chance. I will show you how this list works. So firstly, let's get to some of our main win conditions, right? We have the Brewer Hoog, right? Brewer on deploy will gain 1 armor for every dwarf in your hand. So that's really nice. It means you can play him early and he'll still be protected. Now, Barricade means if he has armor, at the end of your turn, it will boost all dwarves with armor on the row by 1 point. So what you're gonna go for is you're gonna want to stack all of your dwarves onto one row, and that's where that thing came in about not wanting other random cards on the same row. And Brewer will boost all of them by 1 every single turn if they have armor. So Brewer is one of the win conditions you sort of want to lead up to. Now, you can also just sort of destroy your opponent's side of the board with pure will and force, essentially. And that's with the Zoltan cards. So we've got the Zoltan cards set up here with Zoltan's Company. Now, Zoltan's Company will spawn 2 Rowdy Dwarves, which is this little guy, on an allied row. Then it will give each dwarf on the row 1 armor. And that means it will have 2 armor, right? So it will increase the number of spawned Rowdy Dwarves by 1 for each Zoltan in your starting deck. So essentially, when you play something as simple as a 6 provision card, you get like 5 Rowdy Dwarves because of the fact that we have Zoltan Scoundrel, Zoltan Warrior, Zoltan Xavier. It's insane. So we have a pretty stacked and optimized list already. Now, besides Rowdy Dwarves, which already have armor, so Brewer's gonna boost them, we can also do something else with those Rowdy Dwarves, and that's where cards like Monroe comes in. So Monroe can charge 1 allied Rowdy Dwarf into a Dwarf Berserker. A Dwarf Berserker looks like this. Now, it will essentially damage a random enemy unit every turn for as long as it has armor. So each armor it has will decrease by 1 every time it damages an enemy unit. So every armor basically translates to 1 point of damage. So you want to make sure Dwarf Berserkers have armor for as long as possible. And we have multiple ways of achieving this goal. So firstly, we have the Dwarven Chariot. Now, the Dwarven Chariot is not a dwarf, it's a machine. And remember, we want as many dwarfs on that melee row as possible. So you're going to want to play this on the range row instead. It will spawn 2 Rowdy Dwarfs on your melee row. Again, great stuff. And then every turn, you can give a card 1 armor. So that means this is essentially not only just a 3-point card that spawns 2 Rowdy Dwarfs, making it 7 points. It's also a 1-point engine, so you will get 1 point every single turn. This card is so strong, you cannot exchange it for any other card. You have to keep both of your Dwarven Chariots. There are multiple cards that get benefited for having armor. So the first ones are the obvious ones, which are the Dwarf Berserkers. Now, Zoltan Warrior is also nice. It sets up the Rowdy Dwarves as well. So on deploy, it will damage 2 enemy units by 3 points. And each enemy unit that survived will cause you to spawn a Rowdy Dwarf. So you can get 2 Rowdy Dwarfs. Now, if this card is barricaded, meaning it has armor, at the end of every turn it will damage a random enemy unit by 1. That's another engine you have. So if you picture in your mind all of these cards pinging down random enemy units, you can imagine why the enemy doesn't really have any units left at the end of their round. And that's the goal. You want to make sure you set these up quickly, especially against cards or decks like Northern Realms, where they rely on their engines to stick onto the board to do their thing. You're not going to allow that to happen. Here's another fun one. How about the new card called the Giant Slayer? This is a 6th provision card and it's awesome. You will choose an enemy unit. If its base power is higher than the 4 we have, you will gain 3 armor. Now, if you are barricaded, meaning you have armor, at the end of your turn, you can damage a unit by 1 point. But keep in mind it says chosen unit, not any unit. So you will have to pick a card and you can't change it. This Giant Slayer will ping that card every turn. If you kill that card eventually with this card, you will gain resilience, meaning the Giant Slayer will go on into the next round, which is awesome. Carryover is very strong in Gwent. If you can get a card to stick, that makes all the difference in the world. And that is the reason we have 2 Giant Slayers. Not only are they engines, they are also resilience cards if you play them right. We have 2 other resilience cards as well. First we have Gabor. So Gabor, if played on the melee row, will gain resilience. So he will go on into the next round if he can survive. If you play him on the range row, he'll gain immunity, meaning you just want to keep him for his points alone. Maybe you're playing him in round 3, and immunity means nobody can touch him, which is great. So whenever you play a dwarf, Gabor will boost himself by 1 point. So this card is pretty nice. We also have Zoltan. Now Zoltan is also a resilience card, and if you play him, he will boost adjacent dwarves by 2 points. So he will essentially play for 8 points, and he will go on into the next round. So that's pretty awesome and not bad at all. How about we go into some of our other combos we want to set up regarding armor. So armor is pretty crucial, as you know, at the moment. Not only do we have those Dwarf Berserkers that need armor to keep ticking, and we have the Dwarven Chariot to make that possible, here are some other cards that are really benefited with armor. The first is the Maca Marauder. So this card has changed. On deploy, it will now gain vitality for a duration equal to an allied unit's armor. Normally just got 2 vitality, and if there already was a Maca Marauder on the board, you got 4 vitality. Now, if there is Barricade, this card will boost itself by that amount instead. So armor is very, very important, because if you have 10 armor, let's say on a dwarf, and you play Maca Marauder, that's 4 plus 10 for a 5 provision card. 14 points, just like that. Another card we have is Dennis. Dennis will boost adjacent units by an amount equal to their armor. So left and right. If you have a 5 armor and a 6 armor, you'll get 11 points plus 7, which is essentially 18 points for a 7 provision card. That's insane. That's just absolutely insane. Really strong. So next up, we've got our Novigradian Justice. So you can only play this once you already have a dwarf on the board. So just make sure of that. Play a bronze dwarf from your deck. But if you already control a dwarf, also spawn Cleaver's Muscle on the melee row. So this allows you to get a dwarf out of your deck, and also obviously thins the deck while you're doing it. Next we have Xavier, a card you want to play earlier rather than later. It is played on the melee row, and whenever you play a dwarf, it will gain 1 armor. So that's also one of the cards that will end up having a lot of armor. If it is barricaded, meaning it has armor, at the end of its turn it will boost itself by 1, so it's a 1-point engine. Next up is Barclay Elves. Barclay Elves will give each allied dwarf 1 armor. if they already have armor, it will boost them by 1 instead. That's really nice if you're gonna play Brewer and your armor is looking rather sad. Brewer will then have an entire row of dwarves that now has armor because of Barclay. Also, we have a pretty interesting card. One I haven't seen or played in a very long time. And that card is... where is it hiding? Zoltan Scoundrel. Yeah, we've got that little bug showing it as Novigradient Justice. Zoltan Scoundrel. Now this is interesting. If you play him on the melee row, which is often going to be full, by the way, because the melee row is where you want your dwarves, this will spawn and play Duda Agitator, which will damage all units on a row by 1 point. Now, if you play it on the range row, it will boost all units on a row by 1. So you're gonna have your melee row stacked with cards, right? So you're just gonna play Duda on the range row. Well, Zoltan will play Duda, and it will boost that entire row, which will give you about 9 points plus 4, which is 13 points. A lot of fun, a lot of points as well. The only cards we have left are 4 provision cards. We've got the Miner, which will boost an allied unit by 2, and if it's a dwarf, it will give it 4 armor. You can obviously see why that's a really good thing. We also have the Dwarf Berserker itself, so you can play this whenever you feel like it. It's a nice card to start off with, because your enemy won't always want to damage the armor, so it's a proactive card you can play. We've got the Maca Marauder. This will boost self by the number of allied dwarves on a row. So the most it can boost itself with is obviously a fully packed row. For 4 provisions, that's not bad at all. And then lastly, we have another card that has been changed. It's the Dwarven Skirmisher. You see a lot of people starting off with this card. So it's played on the melee row and it will damage an enemy unit by 3. If that card survived, this card will gain 1 armor. Now that's pretty important, because if it is barricaded, it will have an order ability the next turn, which allows you to damage an enemy unit by 3 again. So this 4 provision card will play for 7 points if done correctly, and obviously that's just great value, right? So again, I personally think this is a tier 1 deck. This is by far one of the strongest decks in the game right now. CDPR did an excellent job of reviving dwarves. You also have this leader ability, which goes hand in hand with the archetype. It will spawn and play Tempering. Tempering is that nature card you see down there, which boosts an allied unit by 5, and if it's a dwarf, gives it 2 armor. Armor, 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 super important. Also, all dwarves in your starting deck get 1 armor, which is so important. That's why something like the Maca Marauder is so good, because it starts off being barricaded and then just boosts itself instead of getting vitality. I can't wait to show you guys the deck. It's really insane. Again, it took me about an hour or so to get to pro rank with it from rank 1. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. Hopefully we will find a counter deck to this one soon enough, as we spend more time playing Gwent. I'm also playing some chess at the moment. It's really cool. Believe it or not, it's weirdly satisfying to play a game that does not have any RNG. Definitely not as cool as Gwent, but it's fun having a breath of fresh air every now and then. I hope you guys enjoy this. I'll now show you 3 games where we won. Most of them end in rage quits, so apologies for that. Nothing I can do about it. And yeah, I hope you guys have a nice week further. And yes, this shirt totally says Beasty. Beasty, definitely. That's what it says. You just can't see the Y, it's very small. Only smart people can see the Y. There you go. Another TheaBeasty stream win. Oh, we can do one in the future at some point.
No door is closed to me. Elven.
This weather just messes with my hair. It's so frizzy 24/7. It's okay.
I always find a way in.
The one thing in this house is there's never a shortage of Mr. Beast hoodies. There are closets full of them. It's so convenient.
Size Disney, ma.
Clog is coming. Oh yeah. Joyce purple shampoo. What is that? Would you rather eat a ton of bricks or a matter baby? What's a matter baby? Oh, nothing's the matter. Oh. Can I have one? No, sorry, they're all taken already. I don't even think anybody will notice it. I'm just taking the whole lot. So you're allowing the infiltrator to die, huh? Interesting. What's the matter, baby?
Cracking! Easiest part of the job.
Closets upon closets, not a single kettle. I know. If I didn't know the joke, I would say Madur baby. But luckily, I've already seen a clip where some guy does it with his dad. Huh.
Alright, that's no problem.
So you're saying I need to go for the 2-0? Alrighty then. Let's go. We don't trust this person at all. Hell yeah. Oh, this is so good. What? Dwarven Chariot. It actually spawns cards as well as gives armor. They really revamped dwarves to the extreme. I'm impressed.
Another little thunderbolt.
You think there will be a round 3. Very wholesome.
Nothing like a dwarf to get you out of a tight spot.
There's a cooling shampoo. A lock. Yeah, that does it. A simple lock did the trick, pretty much. Let's do this.
Satisfying us plucking a right apple.
So I need to give a lot of armor to 2 cards so I can eventually steal it. Well, use it with Dennis and with a Marauder, I think.
I like you whether you like this or not.
Oh gosh, Dandelion, keep it in your pants.
My men know the meaning of sacrifice. There's nothing worse than a tepid. Out the end for the great sun!
Well, we'll have to get another resilience card, that's for sure. Dandelion Snowdrop collab win.
You're dead. It's nothing personal.
feel like this is our game. Damn, do you think we will ever finish the Witcher 3 run? Yes, it's on my list. So right now I'm just catching up with Gwent, because there's a lot after the expansion I need to take in. I haven't gotten the chance to yet. But after that, we 100% need to finish our little Witcher run, that's for sure. Let's do this, shall we?
Get out, you baldy-faced baby.
Oh, now my row's filled. Oof. Forgot about Cleaver's muscle. Huh. Yeah, that's not amazing. That changes my dinner strategy. Maybe they take something out. I don't know. Shall we kill Margaret? I hope so. Sincerely. I hope that's a possibility in the near future. I might have to swallow my pride and get someone to help me.
Few vultures.
There you go. No. There you go.
Come the horseman!
Play Barclay. Oh, give each allied unit 1 armor. I guess. I was thinking about potential carryover with Zoltan.
I shall do as you command.
I want to play Zoltan. Hey Trodden, I'm doing well. How are you doing? No round 3. Well, we're definitely going for the 2-0, that's for sure. Viper with your mentor. Alright.
Strike fast. Needed no chance to react.
That's fine.
Maybe relax in the heat while I'm at it.
GG. That should be a GG. Everybody's gonna guess rage quit. That's the problem. Another Hinsel deck. The thing is, there was no reason to go that hard round 1. Like, they won by a long shot. Like, they could have stopped committing at some point, but they didn't. 2 goals, 1 Geralt. I'm almost certain I've heard this name before. Is it another rage quit? Surely not. Okay, there we go. Connection really buggy this season. If they could introduce more scenarios to the game. I don't think people would like that. Siege Master. Check, check.
Pass on every 10th round.
Siege Master. Okay, good on you.
I'm an officer and a gentleman.
At least Siege Masters are 5 provisions now. That certainly does help.
Scoia'tael! Attack!
If opponent DCs at the start of the game, is it a rage quit? It has happened before. It's more like a rage beginning. Haraballista. And Nitu coming in with a sub. Thank you very much, Nitu. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. I get an urge when I see Tactical Decision. Okay. So, this is the point where we pass.
Alright, that's no problem.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay, so we are missing a card or two I would have liked. Amphibious Assault. Siege Tower. First Amphibious Assault of the game. Since we know, maybe like Crow's Eye, or the 5 provision lock. Oh, you guys are discussing a lot of things. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I obviously just play the bad cards, right? The 4 provisions. No, not Bruiser. Dwarf Berserker. Problem here is I would really like to get rid of the Maca Marauder. Not the Dwarven Chariot. I have to do it. It gives me a better chance of drawing the cards I need. Oh, Shibbit, Resilience! What a waste. That hurts so much. Let's see if that makes a difference in the end. 4 points. 4 points. Zoltan has the most points for armor. Okay. Chat's too busy discussing Garrett romances. Yes.
In one piece, fight for it.
Might be none too tall, but crash stones as well as any other.
Now the idea here is to get rid of their engines before they get rid of mine.
Come the horse sons!
Nice.
Kraken! Easiest part, though.
Yeah, get rid of their engines before they get rid of yours. That's essentially how it goes every time. Hey Sung Q, thank you for the sub, I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome to the pack. You missed the siege? Yes.
Gather over to Mary.
Apparently.
Mahakam wasn't built in a day.
Ah, smart. Oh. No crew? Does this count as a rage quit? I don't know. It's too polite to be a rage quit. Though I did not get a GG, so... come on, pro rank, here we go. We can do it. Yes, we can. If we can do it, nobody can. Go, dwarves. Take sip. I have no more beverages on me. Nilfgaard, alright. A worthy rival. Siege and Radovid. Cheers, Roscoe. Have a good one. Thanks a lot for dropping by. I appreciate it. Let's see. Currently, it is 5. 6. Oh, so it's about 30 minutes before midnight for a lot of you, I guess. Will Tia win? Hashtag believe. I don't trust chat when it comes to these polls. Jan Colvate. Oh, old school simulate.
I forgive you. This time.
You want this list? I will share this list after this game. As long as you remind me to do it, I will.
Devil, polluter it all.
Yeah, the last one wasn't a rage quit. That was just a normal quit, to be fair.
Cracking! It's the easiest part of the job.
Looking dire for believers. I don't trust chat at all.
Can you smell it?
Ah,
Victory
interesting.
is on the wind.
Ever had your kneecap broken?
Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. And then I can use my Maca Marauder on the Xavier moron. Non-microwave tea. Why must you mock me so? Winning on even would be nice. Opponent connection lost. Okay, that was just a bad connection. Don't overthink it. That's just informant.
Her grace will not be pleased.
Cheers, Vlad. Have a good one. Watch him armor tortoise? Yeah. Oh, yeah. That would be cool. I think dwarves are tier 1. I mean, do you think they're tier 1? I don't think there's much up for discussion here. They're really good. There's no in between, they're just solidly really good. They beat most decks if played correctly.
Just a peek. That is all I need.
We're gonna need a bigger boat.
Wow. Okay.
Always going.
Ironically, that helps me a lot. Now I can fit some cards here again.
For Mahakam!
A highly curious case.
Ivar. Next up we play the Maca Marauder.
Nothing more than a creaky door.
Right! Come on! Who's back?
Nice. I mean, they could have Yennefer or something, but I have Resilience, so I win. So they're gonna... Oh! Ouchies. That's okay.
Double save!
I mean, they probably have to pass now. No? Okay. So what are you gonna play to catch up? Ah, there we go. Um, I am confusion. Let's do it right this time, shall we? And now it's time to hit 2,304 factions. Is pro rank really that difficult right now? Hey, Rozzy. Yeah, we just want to get to pro rank today. It should be doable. Next up, Bruver. I shall share this deck with you guys after this game. Then I think we'll make 2 deck guides and post one tomorrow and one the day thereafter. Get that content back onto YouTube is what I think.
What? No! How?
Tia's on US time now, so it's only 5:30 p.m. Yeah.
To you, there is nothing.
Well, that's not nice.
What do you say we fight on my level, eh?
Mr. Opponent is making me fall asleep. My body can feel that it's basically midnight now in South Africa. Even though it's only like 6 o'clock here, not even 6 yet.
The senses can be fooled easily.
My duty? To stick my nose where it doesn't belong.
No.
You're lucky to keep your feet.
No Markham volunteers? No. Not in this deck. See, they're wondering if they should use the collar or not. The moment I play Bruver, they use the collar anyway. At trap. What trap is that? Probably an incinerating trap or something. Let's see.
Right?
No? Okay, so just a waste then. We still should win by a landslide. So crashing trap? That's horrible. Our armor should help a bit.
Reality is that which, though you believe it no more, does not go away.
Ooh. Brewer says hello. Ah, Brewer doesn't do anything now.
The game aren't enough. Let's get to work.
Bribery.
This profession, carrying trophies is most cumbersome.
The view in pro rank looks nice today. Barry, yes, I will. I will be doing a fair bit of streaming.
I will see it done for you.
GG. GG. Dwarves tier 1. Way easier than Skellige. And Barry coming in with a subscription as well. Right after talking about bribing. Interesting. I appreciate it. Thank you, Barry.